Hey everyone, welcome to Nick Nack's Corner. I'm Nick, you're in my corner. Today I'm going to do Reading Habits Booktube Tag. I got my questions right here. One of my members of my Discord there, he had tagged me, so I will definitely check it out and try and answer some questions for you guys. So let's see how this goes. Do you have a certain place at home for reading? Well, I do a lot of my reading on the couch. Sometimes I do it in bed. Ultimately, I try to just read. I don't really care where I'm reading, but the couch is kind of my home for it. So there's that. Would you rather use bookmarks or random pieces of paper? I hope this answers your question. Can you stop reading at any point, or do you have to stop on certain marks like chapters or page numbers? I have gotten better at stopping at any point. However, I prefer to stop on chapters. I like to have something finished so I can think about it, as opposed to being in the middle of something and just being like, I don't know what's going on yet, and it hasn't been told to me. So it's one of those things. I've been looking at that. Do you eat or drink while reading? Well, I do drink water generally. So usually I'll have a glass of water with me. Sometimes I'll eat as long as it's not sticky or anything like that. If it's food that is messy, I generally will not read a book while I'm eating. I will eat and then pick up the book after. But if it's like a cookie and it's not going to be anything that's going to damage my book, I will most certainly pick it up and eat it while I'm reading. Do you have music, TV, or movies on in the background? Sometimes. I generally always have something on while my kids are in the room with me. They're usually watching a TV show or a movie while I read, so there is that always on. Sometimes I throw on headphones and listen to music, because I do love listening to music while I read. It helps me sort of block everything out. Otherwise, I have to pay attention to one or the other. So if I am personally watching TV or a movie, I have to either watch the movie or TV show or read a book. I can't do both. Do you read one book at a time or several? Mix up. Depends on the books I'm reading. If I'm reading a few short books, I'll read them all at the same time. If I'm reading big, long books, I'll try and knock them off before I start anything else. So, for instance, when I was reading The Stand, I didn't read anything else alongside it because I wanted to focus on it and just finish it, because I like to get through something. I did Storm of Swords there, and I took my sweet old time with it. And I really wished I kind of read it faster, so I always try to read one at a time if it's a larger book. Reading at home or anywhere else? I prefer to read at home. However, if I'm on the bus, I'll take a book with me to read, and if I'm going to work, I'll take a book with me to read before I start work or lunch or after. Reading out loud or in your head? Always in my head. I hate reading out loud. The only time I do it is for my kids. I have a lot of learning disabilities that have made it very difficult for me to learn how to read over the years, and my brain works a certain way, so I try to keep with my brain. Do you read ahead or skip pages? I do not. I don't like reading ahead. I don't like skipping pages. I just want to read consecutively. Do you like to break the spine or keep it like new? I like to keep my stuff like new if I can. I know my father loves breaking a spine on a book. That's one of his favorite things. But for me, I like keeping it new because I want to make my books last as long as I can make them. I know my Game of Thrones book was read twice by me, once by my friend Jake, well, partially by him before he bought his own, and then by my father, and it was falling apart. Like 4 or 5 pages were out of it. The covers was all bent. I had found one at Value Village for like $2, so I got it. Do you annotate your books? Like, do you write in them? I do not. Like I said, I like to keep my books in good condition. for as long as I can. So yeah, that's that. So that was the reading habits tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been doing more tags now that we've been putting out more content. So let me know if you want me to keep it up. If you want more tags, say so down below, and I will make sure I add more tags to the list next time. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and thank you for coming to the corner. Bye.